They gon' copy cause we poppin'. Blues up in my wallet.
Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. This is taken just shy of the 10, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
At the 43-yard line.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. The handoff, running left, Henry. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They go play action here on first down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Josh Jones.
And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 40 yards. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This take it in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Dobbins. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Play action. It's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run with Henry on first down, but nothing much materializing as he'll get forward only for about a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
First down, Ravens.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now back to throw. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Malik Harrison on the tackle. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try to keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Running left, it's Henry. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Foyesade Amuaku. And the Titans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Kill.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. and maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Dobbins.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Again, Jackson will keep it. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Jackson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
61 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They go play action now. Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken from about the 12. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. Looking deep for Julio. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick completion to Henry. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 17-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
2nd and 2.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Titans were able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Jackson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw, eluding the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And finally wrestled down at the 11.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Now Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.